Okay, my thoughts on this siege encounter in mod 18B. They won't call it 19 in my eyes. Just like in the last one, they had a mod that seemed to be kind of ish. This next one is going to be an encounter very much like this. This is not the same encounter, but very much like it. And it's the heroic siege encounter, the Devil's Siege, where you have it going down here. Now in the new one, you'll have a place down here where you queue it up, right there actually, where you queue up for it, the new one, and then it takes you to a special separate encounter area. But in that encounter area, you're doing very much the same thing, and there's a major guy that's hooked up with it, right? But it's not too much different than the one we're having now, and therefore isn't really a mod to a lot of us. We've talked about this, and a lot of the content creators, like Cali Gold and so on, have gotten on the tirade on the fact that it seems like in the last 5 or 6 mods now that it's all about heroic encounters in one area and heroic encounters. In fact, when they brought in the new twist of the game, they put heroic encounters in old places you didn't have heroic encounters in to do the other ones in. So there's all this heroic encounters. And they've been like, come on, guys, anything but heroic encounters. Make up something else. Do something, or give us a dungeon and heroic encounters, and we won't whine so much. But find something else, just anything else that can say you go back and forth, that you've done this and that, and oh well, they did this thing and they did that thing. And just because you can queue this up and it becomes a special encounter that's just like this encounter, like the siege encounter here, doesn't make it a whole new mod. Well, they have some stuff by doing it a whole bunch of times and going around and doing their rat race of grinding, that you can end up with some things that you may want. And most people are looking at it that are in game and saying not really. But people that are building up, it'd definitely be things that they could get and utilize. And it looks like a couple of things might even be usable for in-gamers. So that seems okay, but there's no dungeon. And what we've been crying for is dungeons and stuff. And they keep, telling us that they might bring back Castle Never. And they might bring back this and they might bring back that. And I don't even know why might's in it. They would have saved this game a whole lot compared to what's gone on now if they would have literally just brought back out that content and stuff. And I know it wouldn't have seemed like a very much save face kind of encounter if they would have done something like that. But at least they would have had their base of people way before. You're pushing that the wrong way, bud. Quit pushing. There you go. And so what you have to do with this one is you fight for a certain while. You have to make sure somebody tanks and drags it away from it. You have to line this thing up here, and after you get it lined up, about right there, or is it one more? There. It's got to be it. Then there you go. You can fire the catapult. You can do it from the side too. I like to do it from the back. And it does damage to their major structure. Now somebody should be on that other far catapult over there. You can see them trying to get it ready, and both of us together form Voltron. But see how everything turned red? It all turned red because somebody didn't tank everybody away from us. And as soon as that goes away, we'll be able to shoot again. There we go. And so you go through these modes all the way down to where it has very little left, and then all the big guys quit fighting us, and it turns into one demon guy that you fight, and it's the last big hurrah. And we get a bunch of people together, and it's not that big of a deal. And I'm not sure if you can get more than 5 people into the new one and stuff, but it seems to be scalable somewhere where it's a little bit tougher whenever it's 5 of them than it would be to try to solo, but it's extremely doable. And so that just doesn't seem like it's just kind of meh. And one of these things that they're just giving the new guys, if you will, as opposed to something that's really giving the other guys content. And it's pretty easy to do this. I mean, I'm the one over here doing this, but somebody else can easily, if somebody walked up and got real pestery, like this guy here, I'd let him, well, he walked off. And see, so everybody's over there fighting in a knot, and that guy, if you'll look, should be, yep, he's throwing catapults, and I'm over here throwing catapults too, and so it gives us the effect, it knocks him down. There used to be a bar up there, and it showed you how much was left, and you knew about how many chunks, because a couple of chunks will take actually a section out of his health. It takes him down a lot. But the new thing, I've looked at it, it's only on preview and only for PC right now. And so within 4 weeks, it's supposed to end up coming out live on there. And then we have 4 to 6 weeks to wait here. Well, this mod's been already out for a while, and we've had to wait extra. And maybe a little extra for the thing that's happened with us all. But with Miley Cyrus virus. Well, why don't we at least whenever it does come out, make it worthwhile? And that's what was said to us. And it's like not even a full mod's worth of thing again, and something that looks a little lackluster, which is the reason we've been having a problem, or a large portion of what could bring it back for them that hasn't been going on. And it's been talked about and kind of said, you know, hey, are we going to do that? Okay, so here's the final guy because it just blew up. No, wait, I have to rearrange this and aim it. We're almost there. I did too many shots. You can only do like 10 shots, something like that. And after 10 shots, it blows up. But then you have to line up the new one and get a couple more shots off of it too. They also blow up and go away whenever you've got it to the end boss. There we go. It's ready to shoot. So I shoot it. That guy's still shooting on the other side. His probably about ready to blow up too. Every time you do this, you have to clear off the people around it. Then, of course, a tank has to be constantly pulling the people away, or it'll go duh, and it puts you into combat. And for some reason, you won't be able to shoot right then. And you have to make sure you're not in combat. So it does it a certain way. And the same thing happens in a different way in the new one. So not only did they come out with this one, and a lot of people like Cali Golden guys are going, come on, I mean, we've been talking about it, and here you come at us with this heroic thing. At least it does something for you. It gives you a chance of getting Prez wards, and even a co-ward I've seen, and other stuff, and maybe those boots that you wanted, and so on like that. So that seems to be okay. So people are grinding it somewhat, but you really are only sitting here asking constantly. Here we go. You're asking constantly. Here's Fortress Master Orzug, but picture that just says Ball, and so now you're fighting Ball. And with this many people going, it's just melting. I mean, he's literally gone now. There might be a little something on the ground, but nothing worth crap. But in the new one, you get points towards stuff that you can buy, and maybe a drop. And most of the stuff nobody would want, but somebody building up might want it. So I guess it really caters to them and gives them something they may want to build up for. But basically what people are doing now is you wait for the thing to clear for the last 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, then ta-da, you get your deal, and you can go hop to the next one. And they start calling out on the left, invite SE, if you can see it. And you get that. So it's not that exciting. The new dungeon's okay. Whenever you do this and you collect your heroic awards, you get chaotic writings and things, but it doesn't give you anything neat in this, and you have to buy them from doing this a hell of a lot. And that's okay. I can understand a partial grind, and it really doesn't take that much. In fact, most people got all their stuff by now. But it gives you a little bit of AD, and it gives you a little bit of this and a little bit of that along with it. So it's just, you know, it gives you something, at least you grind and do. But the new area seems like it's just giving you another little grind and do. There's not a new dungeon coming out, you know, and it doesn't look like that surprise Castle Never's coming back anytime soon, or another good dungeon that we have had before or don't have now. Let me hit my horn and get all horny and full here again. So that's my little rant on that. It seems like that we said, okay, listen, anything but just heroics and crap, right? They open up this place, they do it, but the weekly grind is all on heroics and crap, basically. And then, so they're going to do the new mod. So they got to have a new dungeon or something, and we're all hoping and waiting for it. Callie kind of comes back to the game and for the preview and stuff, and whenever they do, it's just another heroic. So they're just going to make another heroic that you basically come to the same damn place and you queue up for right down there where you see those creatures. And you get in a group, and then you queue up for it, and then it starts, and you do it right down here. And you have to wait. There's a timer going on in the area now, and you have to wait, and it's account wide. Basically, it's not just in your instance, but it's all instances are doing it, and they have to do the other things or it doesn't build up. So you can't just sit around and screw off. You have to actually go around and do all these things and open it up, and it slowly fills it up. When it gets filled up, you run up here, get in your groups, and then you can do it for an hour, and it quits, and then you go back to the grind again. Right? So I can see it being kind of fun for a little bit. See that bar came up? It used to come out a bar for the other one that we had, but for some reason in the last little update, they lost it. But that's the ape that you can fight that gives you half as much, that's closer to the stronghold. And so I could go over here and jump through a pit and end up showing up right there. There's already somebody attacking it. So, oh, what the hell, let's go do that to end the little vid here and help him fight the Bulgara. So what I'm going to do is jump in this portal, and why isn't it active? Wow, that portal should be active, guys. That's strange. There's another portal, but let's just go this way, since they're going to be like that. And there's the stronghold right there. Most people feel kind of discouraged too, because they reused the stronghold map here for this, basically. Made it like a stronghold siege and something big you could do. And let's cut through here and cut back out the left door and go to Bulgara. So people were like, you know, hey, they could have done something like this for just stronghold siege to the next level. So this is kind of meh that you've done this here, and all we get is heroics out of it in this one spot, which is already going on in the stronghold, and it's kind of same old that you're throwing at us again. And so their answer was, well, we're going to fix that. And so the answer is same old, which just seems to hit some people kind of wrong. And I hope it's worth doing, you know. I mean, this is a fun game, it's fantastic, but we keep losing people praying in the middle of a fight. We keep losing people to the game, to other games. And you can kind of tell that they're doing Magic the Gathering, but after looking at the first entrances they show of it, that's not an MMO type that everybody can get in on and stuff like this, that everybody that's doing this might want, because this is acting the way that it is. And so effectively what you get is, now we're just waiting on a game that they're half-ass building now, with most of their guys gone to do MGT, and therefore we're just not getting it, you know. I don't know how many of these I've done recently, but you go over to this guy right here, and I've only got enough to get one, and I don't have enough room in my inventory, so I'm going to leave it at that. What the hell. I'm just going to go back over here and sit down, clean out my inventory from my runs earlier. I did my dailies, and I've got that crap that you get from it all filled up, and more stuff too. Chaotic writings, experience claim. Let's see, where am I at? I'm at 2 million Astro Diamonds, and that's it for the day. So toot my horn and let it fill up here while it's cashing out, but that's basically it. I did a video about my build and what I'm doing with it right now. If anybody's interested, you can check it out too. Other than that, this channel is really about ancient cultures and stuff, and things that aren't really told about it, and strange finds, and some of the newest finds in archaeology and stuff, which leads to knowledge about where things came from in ancient times back before recorded history. But that's another issue altogether. Like, share, subscribe, guys, and enjoy. And we'll get on here. And I can't wait for another. Wow, what's it going to be? 8 to 10 weeks. We're going to end up finally getting it here at Xbox. 8 to 10 weeks from now, which we've already been in this for 8 to 10 weeks. And so if they're going to wait that long, you'd think they'd have something worth coming out instead of a heroic encounter. Hopefully there's something else coming, but it doesn't seem so, for they put it on preview channel for the guys on PC to check out and to gameplay through and game test. And that's all they really got. Kind of lackluster there, guys. Anyhow, like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy. Peace.